Alright, guys. Let's look. I know we went over these in class, but I wanted to go through them again just to give us a little bit of extra time to just kind of absorb them. This is the lesson 1-10. The assignment was for problems 1 through 15. We're going to look particularly at these over here in the yellow: 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, and 15. Alrighty. I found a neat something I could do. I hadn't tried this before, but I'm glad that I did try it. I can actually take a picture of the homework and then write on the homework. So I'm so excited. It saved me so much time writing. Okay, so the first one says, when 5 is added to 3 more than a certain number, the result is 19. Okay, so let's back up just a little bit. Okay, 5. Okay, so we're going to write that 5. Added 2. So we're going to put that plus in front of that 5. 3 more than, so 3 with that more than being a plus, and we're going to put that in front of the 3. A certain number, we'll call it X. Call it N, call it A, whatever you want to call it. Okay, the result, that's equals, and then our answer is 19. Okay, now remember I told you we could take the commutative property of addition, and we can take and go ahead and add that 3 and the 5 to get 8. So that gives us X plus 8 is equal to 19. We'll subtract out that 8, and that gives us, X is equal to 11. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Let's go on to the next one. Number 2. We're going to start with our 5. Subtracted from, we're going to put that right there in front of that 5. 3 times a certain number. So 3 times X. And the result being equals is 10. To get rid of the negative 5, we'll add 5 to both sides. That'll give us 3x is equal to 15. Divide that by 3 on both sides. And that gives me x is equal to 5. Alright, next. A certain number, we'll call that x, added twice. So, added once there and once there to itself. So, x and x. That's going to equal 96. Add those x's up. That gives us 3x is equal to 96. Divide it by 3. And we end up with x is equal to 32. I realize this might seem like it's going kind of fast. If you need to, pause the video anytime, okay, and catch up. Or just to be able to sit and double check yourself, okay? I've been able to, I've figured out that I can go through and work all the problems out and then I can play it back in a video motion and just add a voiceover to it, so it makes it go a whole lot quicker when I'm doing the video part of the audio part of the video. Alright, let's go to our next problem. Number 5. We have a number. We'll call that x plus itself. That's simple enough. Plus twice itself, so that's 2 times x. Plus again 4 times itself, so 4x is equal to negative 104, excuse me. Negative 104. We're going to add these together. Remember, in front of the x's, if it's just x by itself, it's 1 times x. So we add those together and we get 8x is equal to 104 divided by 8. Okay. X is negative 10 divided by 8 is 1 with 2 left over. 24 divided by 8 is 3, so x is negative 13. Next problem, number 6. 60 more than, so we're going to put that plus in front. 9 times a number, so 9x is the same as, means equals, 2 less than, we're going to put that minus in front, 10 times the number, so 10x. Now I want to pause here for just a second. Oops. That went a little bit too far too quick. Okay. Notice, okay, that here it says 10 times a number and we assigned it x. Then it said the number. That refers back to the same number we used right here, which is also x. Okay? That's why we use x on both sides. Okay? We want to isolate x, so we're going to get the x's on one side by subtracting x. We're going to get the constants on another side by adding 2. And we end up with 62 is equal to x. Alright. 11 less than means minus in front. 7 times a number is means equals. 5 more than, plus in front, 6 times the same number, so 6 times x. And we're going to find out what x is. Okay, move our x's to one side, subtract that 6, add 11 to both sides. Seven minus 6 is 1, so we have x is equal to 5 plus 11 is 16. Okay. Number 10. The sum of 3 consecutive integers. So we've got 3 numbers here. We're adding them together. Okay. Is negative 126. Okay. First number is x. Now, think about this up here. We have the numbers 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's say 3 is x. That means 4 is equal to 3 plus 1. Okay, so that means 4 is x plus 1. 5 is equal to 3 plus 2. So that means 5 is equal to x plus 2. Okay? So that's what consecutive means. So our numbers are going to be x plus 1, and x plus 2. Okay? I'm going to combine like terms. All my x's come out to 3x. Plus my constants equal 3. And that equals negative 126. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides to begin with. And that gives me 3x is equal to negative 129. Divide that by 3. And that gives me x is equal to negative 43. Okay? So if x is equal to negative 43, then I add 1 to it. X plus 1 is going to be negative 42. So remember, now we're still going down. We're going back up. So the numbers are going to start getting smaller as they get towards 0. X plus 2 is negative 41. Let's just check that just to make sure. Okay? So 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. They're all negative. So that's negative 126. So there are our 3 consecutive integers. Alright. Next. 3 consecutive integers. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We know the first one is x. Then we have x plus 1 is the second one. And x plus 2 is our third integer. Okay. The sum of, so we're going to add them all together. Okay, we got the first one, x, times twice the second, and 3 times the third is equal to negative 76. Now, I've got x plus. I'm going to distribute my 2. That gives me 2x plus 2. Plus, I'm going to distribute my 3. So there's my plus. 3x. And then 2 times 3 is 6. Equals the negative 76. Okay, we're going to combine my like terms, so I get 6x plus 8 is equal to negative 76. Subtract that x. Okay, gives me 6x is equal to negative 84. Divide by 6. I end up with x is equal to negative 14. Okay, so that gives me my x. But what are my 3 consecutive integers? X is negative 14. So 2 plus 1, or x plus 1. Let's try to get that out of my head. X plus 1 is negative 13. And x plus 2 is equal to negative 12. Alright, good job. Number 12. Again, the sum. So we're adding them together. 2 consecutive integers this time. Oh, even integers. That's correct. So we have x for our first. Now, if I'm looking at even integers, I have 10 I have 12. Those are even integers, consecutive. 12 is equal to 10 plus 2. So that's like saying x plus 2 for my second integer. Okay? Is equals 106. Combine like terms, I get 2x plus 2 is equal to 106. Okay? Subtract 2 from both sides. 2x is equal to 104. Divide that by 2. X is equal to 52, excuse me. I looked at the 4. So, if x is 52, then x plus 2 is equal to 54. Alright, let's look at the last one. Number 15. 3 consecutive odd integers. Okay, let's think of odd integers. 3, 5, and 7. 5 would be 3 plus 2. And 7 would be 3 plus 4. Okay, so my 3 numbers. First would be x. Second would be x plus 2. Third would be x plus 4. Okay. We're going to add them together because it says the sum of. So plus and plus. We've got the first. Okay. And the second is 2 times the second. And then the third is 3 times the third. Is equals and 70. So we'll start with x. Distribute my 2. I get plus 2x plus 4 is plus. Distribute my 3. That gives me 3x plus 12 equals 70. Okay, I'm going to add all my like terms. So add my x's up, I get 6x. Add my constants, 4 and 12 is 16. Equals 70. I'm going to subtract 16. And I get 6x is equal to, okay, make sure I'm doing this right here, 54. Divide that by 6. And x is going to be equal to 9. So my 3 consecutive integers, x equals 9. X plus 2 gives us 9 plus 2, which is 11. And x plus 4 is equal to 13. Alright, good job. I believe that's it. That is. Alright, that is all for the lesson 1-1.10. Okay, I'm going to look at 1.11 here in a few minutes and try to get a video done on it. I'll get it done and get it posted by in the morning at the latest. Okay? All right. Y'all have a good night. Thanks.